Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a little while and I've been living my best life, but I'm back to YouTube and hopefully here to stay. So this is a video of my highly requested shrimp and grits. First ingredient is gonna be this chicken flavored bouillon. Then we're gonna use some onion powder. You're gonna need some type of Cajun seasoning. Next, we're gonna need butter and cream cheese, some sharp cheddar cheese, a bell pepper, some tomatoes, heavy whipping cream, of course the grits, and you can get any brand from the store, doesn't matter, garlic powder, Old Bay seasoning, some complete seasoning. I'm sorry you guys can't see it. Some chicken stock, some red pepper, some black pepper, any type of salt. I like to use pink Himalayan salt. And of course, your shrimp. All right, let's start with seasoning our shrimp. First, we're gonna take the Old Bay seasoning. Next, we're gonna use the complete seasoning. And now the garlic powder. And last but not least, the black pepper. Now we're gonna mix it up so all the spices can just mingle together and give us that nice flavor that we're looking for. Now you can do whatever you want and add whatever type of seasonings you want, just make it your own. All right guys, now this part is optional. I had a bell pepper in my fridge and I just didn't want it to go to waste. So you don't have to add the pepper, but you know, peppers give food nice flavor, so we're just gonna go ahead and add it. So you're just gonna cut up the pepper like I'm doing vertically, and then we're also gonna do it horizontally. Now we're gonna get our grape tomatoes and we're gonna slice them in half. Now we're gonna sort of mash them because we want those juices to flow out. So now we're just gonna set this aside for the sauce later. Now we're gonna start working on our grits. You're gonna pour in the chicken stock, about half the can. Then you're gonna pour in about 1/4 cup of water. Next, you're gonna take about half a cube of the chicken flavored bouillon and you're gonna save the other half for later. Next, we're gonna take the Old Bay seasoning and just pour some in the pot. Next, you're gonna take some black pepper and pour that into the pot as well. Now we're gonna stir it around so all these flavors can start meshing together. Once the water gets to a boil, you can now start to prepare to pour in your grits. Now I'm making enough for one person, but if you're feeding a whole lot of people, then obviously you want to adjust the measurements for however many people you're trying to feed. You want to keep stirring, guys, and make sure there are no clumps in your grits. If you have clumps in your grits, they're going to talk about you. So keep stirring and make sure you break up the clumps. As I'm stirring, I also have my stove setting on low medium heat. Just breaking up any possible clumps here. Now we're adding our heavy whipping cream. I would say to add about half a cup. Next, we're going to take our cream cheese. I used about 2 tablespoons. Next, I used about a tablespoon of butter. Now you're just going to stir and make sure everything melts, the cream cheese as well as the butter. Now you're going to use your Cajun seasoning. I like to use this one because it has no salt. I like to add in my own salt, so we're going to use some pink Himalayan salt. Now we're going to add a little sprinkle of black pepper. Add a little bit of garlic powder. Now we're going to stir all that goodness together. Time to add in some cheese. We're going to use sharp cheddar cheese. Now we're going to stir the grits so the cheese can start to melt. Once the cheese is melted, you could do a little taste test, but the grits is now complete. Moving on to the sauce. I forgot to mention that we're going to use some olive oil as well as some minced garlic. So I went ahead and put it in the pot with the bell peppers and the sliced tomatoes. So now you're going to mix everything together just to allow things to cook down a little bit. Once the veggies have been cooking for about 3 minutes, you're going to add in your shrimp because we're going to pan sear the shrimp. Next, you're going to flip them over to make sure both sides are pan seared. You don't want to cook the shrimp all the way through because it's going to cook more in the sauce. After both sides are pan seared, we're gonna add in the other half of the chicken broth from the can that we used earlier. Next, we're gonna add in the other half of the chicken flavored bouillon. So we're gonna stir that in and let the bouillon dissolve. Now we're gonna add in about half a cup of the heavy whipping cream. A little bit of garlic powder. Some red hot chili powder. I like my food spicy, so we're gonna add some of that. If you don't like your food spicy, you don't need to add this. Black pepper. Salt. Onion powder. Now, onion powder gives some nice flavor, so I'm a little heavy-handed with it. Your no-salt Cajun seasoning. About a tablespoon of butter. About a tablespoon and a half of the cream cheese. We're making seafood, so you gotta add in that Old Bay. We're gonna mix everything together while our heat stays on medium. Make sure you try to break up the cream cheese so it can melt into the sauce. Once you got that all broken down together, the sauce is now complete. Alright guys, that's it. We're all done. I really hope you enjoyed this video, but most importantly, I really hope you enjoyed this meal. If you ever get a chance to make it, make sure you guys tag me. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and look out for more videos. If you guys find a husband or a wife after making this meal, make sure I'm invited to the wedding. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you again.